Oh, you're the new corporate girly. Here's the corporate girly core that you should fight. Here's the new corporate girly Pinterest mood board that you should follow. Here are 15 different things to buy. Only buy it from the links that I give you. Click on the link so I can make money. And you can waste yours on products that you don't really actually fucking need. And that will make you the next girl boss, it girl, bitch, girl, baddie era, I don't know. Today we are going to talk about the top 3 things that I hate about the internet as a creator myself. My memory of the internet was back when I was in 8th to 10th standard, where we used to click pictures from the Retrica or the Candy camera and upload it on Instagram. And that was the time where Instagram also started growing, with that also TikTok. I was never really a TikTok person. I never downloaded the app because if you guys don't know, I don't have a sliver of rhythm in my body. So TikTok never really made sense to me. Though I listen to music, I'm a big Bollywood fan, but I wasn't a TikTok fan. Internet doesn't feel like a happy space anymore. Neither is it peaceful. There's always some sort of controversy happening, or we are constantly thrown advertises in our faces about makeup, skincare, clothes, especially us women. And let me say this as a creator myself. Your attention is what we make money off of, right? It's like retail. Your time is our retail space. So when social media started, it was all about bridging the gaps between communication. They brought the world together. Now, this is the memory of Facebook for a lot of us. This is how it was advertised as well. But right now, we are in a space where whatever we see on the internet, we try to imitate that in our real lives, no matter how we do it, but we just want to do it. Our identities are not based on values, experiences, what we give out in society, or what we get from society. It's mostly built upon consumption. What you watch, what you listen to, what you buy. And let me break it down. Whenever you or I watch a video of somebody doing a simple get ready with me, we subconsciously start comparing ourselves with them, our lives, what we have or what they have, or the products that they are showing or using. Slowly, this comparison also turns into competition, maybe between the influencer, the creator, and me. For example, this is just Julie. She's one of my favorite creators. For me, her content is all about wearing pretty Indian outfits and having a very chill and supportive family. It's just fun to watch her. And her content has several times made me envious. She's still one of my favorite creators though. All I'm saying is there's always a side of jealousy or maybe comparison in a way that this is the life that we want for ourselves. Inherently, I don't think so. It's something which is entirely bad. It obviously pushes me to work harder to achieve my life goals. At the same time, I also have to remind myself what she's showing is just a snippet of her life. She's obviously curating it. I feel it's a constant tussle between what I am at the given moment and what I want to be in life, where I want to be. You get me? It's like, what can I look at and just try to imitate in my real life? And it's the same thing with creativity as well to an extent. Back in 2024, I wanted to create content myself, but I was constantly hiding myself, and obviously, it never really worked out for me back then. Now, when I started, I wanted to be absolutely perfect, not make any mistakes. Execution should be like 100 on 100, but turns out that's absolutely not the case. If I was running behind perfection, I think I would have not made this far. I would have given up after my first or second video, but I just kept going. So I feel the mistakes that I make, the sort of videos that I make, what I put out in the world, makes me who I am at the given moment. And of course, I'm not perfect, nobody is, but I'm still trying to reach my goal in a way. I chose a very bad place to set up today. Basically, if you guys don't understand, my room has two windows. It's one near my bed and there's one here as well, so it's like too much light. Now, even the idea of brands. When you constantly think of buying a certain product just because your favorite influencer or creator is using or purchasing it, you want to buy it for yourself, either for competition or maybe just to feel a little closer to the life that they are living. And this is something that I've done myself. So, in this constant competition to imitate, you're putting your money into something that would never really benefit you in any way. Everybody has this certain sort of a consumer behavior. And a space where so many like minded individuals are involved, we create a sort of community or a bubble, if you want to call it, even an echo chamber, where we sit and judge others because they are not like us. And the ideas that you have or you put out in the world reflects back because you constantly have like minded people around you. And that is absolutely what I do as well. We are like minded people. You like listening to me because maybe to an extent you agree with me. Maybe you find me relatable because I reflect the same thought process that you guys have. So nobody is really spared of this imitation or consumer behavior. And this is exactly what the algorithm feeds upon. Also, in a way, this is what amplifies our need to buy more, copy more, and not really strive to have real identities. And in a way, it's also keeping us addicted to several platforms. So I feel this is, in a way, what makes social media not that fun anymore, to be honest. It's telling you every day that you have to compete. You're not doing good in your life. You have to have what this person has. You have to speak the way this person is speaking. There's this constant cycle of comparison, and also which leads to a lot of hyper overconsumption. And these things I feel are nothing different from any sort of addiction. It's not going to stop until and unless you start being cautious of what you are consuming, how it's creating or changing your identity as a person, or when you want to end it completely, just stay away from the platforms. For example, a lot of my audience has shared this with me that they're not that active on Instagram anymore. Now, given there are a few things that I don't like editing a lot of my videos, I've been trying a few editors here and there that you guys would have seen a few different changes in my videos, but that is something I'm not really liking personally by far. Because I know your retention is what I make money off, okay? The time that you invest is what pays me. The least I can do when I'm grabbing your attention, to be honest, the least I can do is try to improve your focus or your retention. Anybody can click on my video and watch it without any edits, anything major happening, or any sort of hook that I'm putting in. Maybe sit down, just hear me out, improve your focus or your attention in any way. But remember, I am still taking your time as a creator. I make whatever I make because of your retention. Which, of course, when I don't edit my videos a lot, the YouTube analytics or my retention rate is very scrambly at the given moment. It doesn't pay me much, but I'm fine with it because I feel this is something that will help you and me as audience or as creator to maybe improve our focus in a way. But whatever, maybe that's just my delusion talking. I don't know. Now, the next thing is parasocial relationship. I have said this before and I'm saying it again. You guys might find me relatable. I might say things that make sense to you. You might agree with it. You support me as a creator. But I'm not your friend. And I'll never be your friend. And I don't exist in real life for you. The moment you swipe away, end the video, shut off your phone, I am gone, I'm vanished. Or whatever a creator is choosing to put out for their audience is their decision, absolutely. We can control it to every freaking second. So what you see is very curated. And that is something that goes for me as well. Now, this exact thing bothers me a lot when people build parasocial relationships, negative, positive, whatever, with a creator or any influencer for the matter of fact, is very absurd to me because I know how we are managing and controlling our image or what we say or what we put out. Again, you guys see what I choose to show you. I might be a completely different person in real life. You don't even have any clue about it. The people around me know how I react in situations or how I've changed along the years. First thing, as I said, parasocial relationship. And the next is creators are human too. They are not perfect. They are never going to be perfect. Even in the given situation with awkward goat, people think that their favorite creators can never say anything wrong. So nobody should clearly disagree with their favorite creator. And that's the entire issue. They think the entire internet is absolutely batshit crazy. Only their one favorite creator is true, correct, and perfect all the time. So clearly, they end up abusing or belittling other creators. Now, this is something that has happened to me and to several other creators in this particular controversy who I have spoken to by far. So, all of us are literally floating in the same boat. People have to understand that their favorite creators can make mistakes and they are wrong. They're humans too. Like, People need to chill a little about that. And honestly, this entire system reminds me of how the Indian society has this obsession with obedience as well as conformity. You should never question anything, okay? Questioning or having an opinion which doesn't align with a bunch of people is considered as inherently a bad thing. Or if you do it, you're going to be bashed for it. And there's also this very weird power imbalance. Letting influencers, creators do and say anything, have any sort of good or bad influence, without ever being questioned, as if it doesn't really affect society at large. Let me tell you guys this: the age that we are growing up in, which is hyper aware or absolutely 24/7 on the internet, is very different from the sort of situation or the sort of era our parents and grandparents grew up in. We do have this smug attitude that we are very aware about everything, but end of the day we keep repeating the same thing. We pick and choose what we want to make outrage about. You do it, I do it. Humans are hypocritical by nature. And I'm not just talking about influencers and creators, but also celebrities, politicians, political parties, journalists, everybody. Because when you go back and look into most of the controversies that happen, there's always a huge section of people refuse to accept that their creator can make a mistake. And then there's this other group that is just waiting to hate. So basically, two extremes: the blind lovers and the instant haters. And the creator is stuck absolutely clueless in the middle. But sadly, this is how the creator economy works nowadays. Creators want you to build parasocial relationships, their teams, their managers, their PR. Everything is structured in a way that encourages this exact behavior. They want you to fight their battles, argue on their behalf, put your time and energy into defending them. Because controversies, engagement, outrage, clicks, all of these things combined gets them what they actually want: more attention, more brandy, more media coverage, and more money. We as women are facing this constant whiplash all the time. Earlier it was without the internet, now it is with the internet, and it's more amplified. But the experiences are absolutely the same: confusing, contradicting, and absolutely batshit overwhelming. We're constantly thrown into extreme. It was the girl boss culture, there's trad wife culture, there's stay at home girlfriend culture, there's it girl culture, soft girl culture. And then there are people who say that either women are too fragile to work or too divine to even have a real job. The messaging is absolutely all over the place. One side says you have to work. You don't need a man. You don't need a family. You don't need a partner. You don't need kids. You don't even need your parents. Just keep grinding. The other says you don't need to work at all. You don't have to make money at all. Just stay at home, center your entire life around your husband and your kids. Your personal goals don't really matter. It's honestly so messed up. Women today are told 100 different things, entirely on the basis of how women should be or what a woman's life should look like according to them. We're constantly pulled into entirely different directions. And every single day, you open the internet and they are just amplifying this constant tussle. One trend says that you're not ambitious enough. The other is saying that you're too ambitious to begin with. One is telling you that independence is everything. The next is telling you dependence is the real femininity. And I just wonder every time, where should I go and bash my head? And in this chaos of constant messaging, we have added aesthetics into it. Roles are being pushed onto us like personality templates or like a Pinterest mood board. Can we just be human? Can we just let us exist as human beings for once? Because obviously the internet doesn't have a tad bit of nuance to begin with. Now, especially in Indian context, women are entering the workforce, not at a larger number, but it is still better than what it was before. And at the exact time, we are dealing with the peak of influencer culture. Overconsumption, creators telling you how to spend money, which product to spend money on, and the product is always going to be the ones that they are promoting. They'll rarely teach you how to make or save money. No one tells you about long-term responsibility, financial stability, sustainability. It's always like this: oh, you're the new corporate girly. Here's the corporate girly core that you should fight. Here's the new corporate girly Pinterest mood board that you should follow. Here are 15 different things to buy. Only buy it from the links that I give you. Click on the link so I can make money. And you can waste yours on products that you don't really actually fucking need. And that will make you the next girl boss, it girl, bitch girl, baddie era, I don't know. Stuck in the loop of seeking validation, internal or external. Hear me out on this. Inside the family, in marriage, in society, outside, and especially on the internet. Because now, if you are someone who has started earning money, and people surely want you to see living like a certain lifestyle, like most of the times, you have to show it off. And how does that happen? Consumption, trendy outfits, tons of makeup, buying shit that you don't actually need. And that's the pressure. For centuries, women were never really allowed to control money, capital, land, property, whatever. Things have changed now, obviously, but we are still carrying the conditioning of prioritizing everybody's happiness above our own. The exact same conditioning our mothers lived. Back then, we had this very strong phase of, the girl boss culture, where women were told to constantly grind, not care about anybody, just focus on themselves. Money, relationship, family, all of these things don't really matter as long as you have financial independence. There was also a side of it which pushed a lot of toxic productivity in a way. Where, yes, you can be a mother, you have to be perfect at work, you have to be perfect in the house, you have to be a perfect wife. And in a way, influencers promoted this exact same idea. And all of these things are obviously by time going to cause a massive burnout. And even in India, given how the situation is, people are obviously ready to educate girls. They are ready with letting her work. But at the same time, once she gets married, she has to still do the housework. The partners, both of them can financially earn, but the cooking still lies on the women's shoulder entirely. And this is a power imbalance or responsibility imbalance that I've seen in my own family and my relatives, and several of you guys have shared your stories with me. Now, all of these things were happening in the West a while back, comparatively to how it's happening in India. So they had the burnout from the toxic girl boss culture, and now they have entered a phase of trad wife or stay at home girlfriend. It is also something that has entered in India. You will see several creators nowadays, 21 and 22, stay at home wives, recording themselves cooking, cleaning, doing the housework. Let me be very honest, they are content creators, they are not traditional housewives. They are still building a way or a platform for them to make money. The reason that they highlight their age is exactly to trigger you, and they want those negative comments and the negativity on their post. But at the same time, this is also one thing I'll say, that being a housewife should not be something that should be shamed. Society never really gave housewives the appreciation. Talk about feminism a lot more. There's also a side of people who don't really respect housewives themselves. They think only earning money is going to make you a good feminist, and I don't think so that's the case. I respect every role that a woman decides to take on for herself. Let that be earning money, working in corporate, working in STEM, or taking care of the house and the kids, irrespective. It's her choice, and I respect her for whatever decision she takes. Now, coming back to these specific creators, I feel personally I'll be very unsure about getting married before 25. You've never really had any experiences in your life, you're very young, to be honest. Personally, it's a tricky situation for me, but as long as these creators have good supportive husbands, and which from the looks of it that's the case, I think that's absolutely great. But at the same time, I've seen these creators also um, have very weird opinions related to women who work. I've seen a few posts, a few comments that they have dropped. So yeah, obviously I'm not going to have full support about it. But anyways, as long as these people are supported by their family, their partners, and they're safe, they're healthy, it's all good. And to the men who love such creators, I'll say they're not traditional housewives. At the same point, to the women who drop negative comments, I see several of them, they're exactly doing that to trigger you and for your negative engagement. Don't engage with the content that they put out. Now, this content is the trickle down effect of Nara Smith and Ballerina Farm. But what you don't realize is these people are absolutely bad shit rich. There's also one trend that I hate the most. It's something that women themselves say it, which is girl math. You'll see people saying that, oh, let me buy 4 fucking lip balms rather than just one because girl math. What are you trying to say in a way? You're reinforcing the same freaking stereotype that women are bad with money, they can't do math. People have literally made misogynistic jokes on women that they are bad with maths and all their life revolves around is shopping. And we are still ourselves pushing this narrative in 2025. It's high time that we stop. Anyways, that's it for today. I know the lighting today was very misplaced because I have a window here, I have a window here as well. It was either too much of sunlight on my face or too dim. Anyways, it is what it is, and I can't change it right now because I've shot the entire video. Anyways, I will see you guys next week, and next week we're talking about Haunting Adeline, and we'll do a part 2 of the video that I made on Wattpad. So, dark romance, Haunting Adeline, and please share with me your favorite or the most absurd Wattpad books that you guys would have read, or dark romance books that you guys have came across by far. I would love to go through it, and maybe I can add a few things here and there. Anyways, I'll see you guys next week.